Hoggie's beer reviews. Hoggie's beer reviews. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another one of Hoggie's beer reviews, and this is another Florida beer review. Today we're reviewing, I gotta love the name, this is Monk in the Trunk Organic Amber Ale. That's right, Monk in the Trunk. This is from the Inlet Brewing Company in Jupiter, Florida, and more on that in a second. You know, like I said, it's another Florida beer review. Sadly, we don't have a lot of breweries in Florida, and the ones we have don't tend to be great. We really didn't have any good beer in the state until Cigar City opened up, you know, as far as distributed six-packs or whatever. But there are a lot of little breweries, little companies like this, you know, making these little local beers. And I've been seeing a lot of them around for years. You know, I've been seeing this beer, you know, on the shelves for at least 2-3 years. And I never was interested in it because I never really heard any good word of mouth. You know, this is the only beer they brew. It's not something that really, you know, that screamed out to me, and I never tried it. And coincidentally, my father-in-law, who I've been, you know, helping get into good beer, he actually had this at a restaurant the other day, and he sent me the picture, you know, took a picture of the bottle. He had it, he liked it, you know, he wanted to find out where he could buy it. So then I said, you know, I've been seeing it around forever. I think it's time I try Monk in the Trunk. And along with, you know, the Swamp Ape I did the other day, this one, I'm also going to bring you guys a few other of these, you know, these little oddball Florida beers that we have. I don't really have high hopes for it, but we're going to try it and see what it's all about. Now, once again, this is Monk in the Trunk Organic Amber Ale from the Inlet Brewing Company in Jupiter, Florida. Jupiter is just a hair north of West Palm Beach. But this isn't brewed there. Like I said, this is their only beer, and this is contract brewed out. I couldn't find any definitive information on where it's brewed, but I did read that it used to be brewed somewhere else, and now it's being brewed at the Thomas Creek Brewery in South Carolina. Which is funny because the Hatway, the new version of the Hatway beer sold in South Florida, is also contract brewed out to Thomas Creek in South Carolina. So it is what it is. Monk in the Trunk Organic Amber Ale. It has a lot of stuff on here. I'll read what it says real quick. It says, this unique copper-colored ale derives its fruity, slightly spicy aroma from authentic Belgian Abbey yeast. Okay. The subtle, nutty, and malty sweet flavors sing in harmony with the freshest organic hops available. It is a certified USDA organic. Monk in the Trunk devotees are known to chant about its most intriguing quality, true drinkability. The inspiration to create this fine organic beer was provided by the tale of a legendary Belgian monk who spanned the globe in search of only the best ingredients from this fertile earth. Drawn to our shores by the great beacon, which is the Jupiter Lighthouse, he discovered the missing component to fulfill his quest to brew the perfect beer. In the spirit of the monk, the Inlet Brewing crew suggests you keep it real, drink organic, and responsibly. Oh, they didn't say what he found here. Oh well. Anyways, it is what it is. Monk in the Trunk. Enough talking. Let's get to the beer. We'll use the Sam Adams sensory glass for this one here. Let me get the sixer out of the way down here, and off we go. It does have, I don't know if you can see it from there, it does have a really cool cap though. I like that. That's going on the fridge. Oh, almost forgot Beer Advocate and Rate Beer. That's right. Not a lot to say about this beer. Monk in the Trunk on Beer Advocate, out of a total of only 42 reviews, receives 77, and it is categorized as an American Amber or Red Ale at 5.5 alcohol by volume. And Rate Beer, out of a total of 86 ratings, a 43 overall. Once again, an Amber Ale at 5.5% ABV. So that's what we have. So, ooh, this thing's on tight. Ooh-wee. Alright, well, it came off. And it's not a twist off, so that's good. Anyways, getting right to the good old Monk in the Trunk. It's a clear beer. It looks good. It's a nice amber color, kind of a slightly reddish amber, but it's, I mean, crystal clear. I can watch television through this beer. Not a lot of head. kind of lagerish head, really. It's not fizzy, but there's not much of it. Ooh, and it smells sweet. Not so much a caramel sweet, kind of almost a licorice sweet. A hint of caramel in there. Not a lot in the way of hops. At all. Yeah, it just smells kind of sweet in kind of a malty good way. But not much else going on. It smells clean, smells good though. Decent amount of carbonation, I mean, looks good. So, after all these years of seeing it on the shelf, here we go. Monk in the trunk. Cheers. You do get, I guess that licorice smell I mentioned kind of comes from that Belgian yeast. Because upon tasting it, you do kind of get that banana-y, that, you know, kind of fruity, banana-y, slightly spicy Belgian yeast character. It's subtle, it's subdued, it's not as strong as it would be, say, in a real Belgian, but it's there. A little bit tart on the finish. A bit dry, a bit tart, a bit bitter. More tartness than bitterness though. It's not a really hoppy finish. There's a bit of like earthy hops towards the back end there to clean it up. Honestly, yeah, I can see this as being a drinkable beer. This is a drinkable beer. It's simple. It's refreshing. It's not a big deal. Good though. Again, if you like Belgians, this isn't going to be your beer. It doesn't have enough of that true Belgian character. But, you know, if you're in Florida and you come across this, man, and you just want a cold one, something refreshing, you know, something to go with dinner even perhaps, or if you're into organic beers and all that stuff, this is not a bad choice. I can see why my father-in-law liked it. It's a good segue beer. It's not a true Belgian. It's really not a standard amber ale. It's kind of in the middle. It's a niche beer. It's a one-off by, you know, by a brewery or a brewer or a company, I guess, that only has one product, one beer. But all in all, it's not bad. I'll give it kind of a borderline glass half full. There's many, many, many better beers out there. But all things considered, you can do a lot worse. And really, that's all we have. I mean, you know, there's nothing off-putting. It's, again, if you're going to be a Belgian, go all out and be a Belgian. If you're going to be, you know, just kind of a standard organic amber, then just be a good amber. You try to straddle the line and be a little bit of everything, and, you know, it's kind of like one of those chicks that sings and acts and dances and can't really do any of them really good, you know? Kind of like that. And it's kind of like a J-Lo, well, no. Let's not talk about J-Lo. But you get where I'm going with that. I got distracted. J-Lo does that to me. But, whatever. It's not a bad beer. I'm going to enjoy drinking the rest of it. And that's what it is. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you on the next one. Cheers.